My first memory of not being able to hear is I would be sitting in class and the teacher would be teaching and the students would be looking at her and she would say something specific and they'd do that specific thing and I wouldn't know what that was. So I had to look at them to know what to do and know where to go, know how to do it. I was at the age of kindergarten to first grade when I noticed that something was off. When I had surgery and I was able to hear, I remember sitting in the car with my mom and I heard something weird. It was low. It was like a rumble and I asked her what it was and she was confused and she finally got it and she said it was the car engine. And that was really the first time that I noticed, like, wow, okay, I couldn't hear at all. Another time was where I heard birds chirping, when I heard the wind through the trees, when I heard a conversation behind me. Academically, struggles that I faced were being behind my learning path. I would listen to the teacher, and I think just from growing up not hearing, my way of learning adjusted, and it was hard for me to adjust back. I had to go back and forth because even with the surgery, my hearing was iffy. So I had to readjust multiple times in hearing how to do a problem, how to adjust the classroom, how to adjust to voices. Academic accommodations that were made were the FM system that's placed right next to me, right next to my desk. The teacher wears a microphone. Her voice goes through that into the speaker, and the speaker goes directly to me, where it's facing. And other accommodations were where I was sitting in the classroom. I'm not really sure what the kids thought of the FM system. They didn't really express their opinion, but in my eyes, they expressed their opinion through the looks they gave me. And the looks they gave me gave off the vibe that it was almost like I was making them uncomfortable. My accommodations are used in high school pretty differently. I actually have a voice in deciding whether I want to use it or not. They said that if I wanted to use it, I had to carry it around with me from class to class. I had to have it at a certain place. Like, that's normal, but I didn't want to carry that around. And also, I chose not to use the FM system because of the struggle to carry it around and to not make myself a target in high school. Because as a freshman, I feel you're already as a target and you're already different. And I feel like if I had that, I wouldn't be as different as I could have been with it. Some social struggles that I deal with now are keeping up with conversations that my friends have with each other. Because when kids have a conversation, they always like to overlap each other. And with someone that's hard of hearing and can't hear in a lot of crowded places, you have to keep up with one voice. And with overlapping voices, it's hard to keep up with that, with all the voices at once. Some struggles I deal with hearing loss is being confident in what I have and expressing it. Teachers should know that with kids with hearing loss, they might hold back from asking questions, and they might hold back from learning because they might be scared to show people that they struggle with something specific. Teachers shouldn't think that we're dumb just because we don't ask questions, and kids with hearing loss, you have to ask questions because you're so behind everyone else that you need to keep up. And when you don't ask those questions, your work falls behind you. And peer pressure gets in the way of that and doesn't let you answer those questions, and teachers should understand that. Kids should know that hearing loss is more important than they think, and using words like "it doesn't matter" shouldn't be used. Kids with hearing loss, like me for example, if I hear the words "it doesn't matter," it kinda means for me that I'm not important, or it doesn't apply to me, or you're dumb. For example, kids use the words "it doesn't matter," and that'd be in the situation where I would be in a group of kids with my friends, and they would have a conversation, and I'd say, "Wait, what? I didn't hear that." And then someone would look at me and say, "It doesn't matter." It does matter. It matters a lot. It matters because we already struggle with not hearing things, and hearing something that may not be important to you, it's probably important to that person. I want society to know that it may not sound like a person with having hearing loss can impact their life. It really can impact their life. It makes you open your eyes at how crucial hearing actually is. I realized that life has more potential with sound, and everything makes more sense to me with sound, and I think people should realize that. Why it may not be important for you, it's important for me to hear the birds chirping, the wind, the ocean, the cars passing, the car engine. It's so important to me because those little things that I hear, it kind of opened me up to the new things surrounding me. It made me a new person.